Yo, 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 what's happening, people? Okay, we are live right now, live from the village right now. It is 5 minutes past 8 p.m. right now. It is the 13th. I didn't even clock that. It is the 13th of February right now. It is movie night right now. And we're about to watch Friday the 13th right now. Part 2. Well, I didn't even clock that. It is the 13th today, and we're about to watch Friday the 13th. Well, how about that? Well, anyway, I'm watching this on Amazon Video rather. It is a movie that you gotta buy or rent on Amazon Video. If you wish to do so, you can do that. You do not have to do that. If you have it already on DVD, Blu-ray, VHS, any other formats or any other streaming service, get it ready on Zero. But if you don't got it and you don't want to get it, it's all good. You can still come along and have some fun. But for now, let me switch over to this screen and just chat to y'all for a little bit. Okay, so it is the 13th, and we're about to watch Friday the 13th, part 2 for movie night. Movie night 1 week, game night next week. We've been alternating between movie nights and game nights each Tuesday for the 1 day a week live stream. And this time it is the Friday the 13th, part 2 for movie night. Or actually just Friday 13th. It's actually not Friday the 13th. Or is it Friday the 13th? Let me see if I can find out what exactly this movie is called, because I always say Friday the 13th, and I think most people say Friday the 13th, but it might actually just be Friday 13th. Let me just see real quick. What is the actual movie title? Okay, no, it is Friday the 13th. So no, that is correct. Friday the 13th, part 2. Let me make a quick amendment then, because I actually made a mistake in this thing then. Friday the 13th, part 2 from 1981. It is an hour and 27 minutes, described as a horror mystery, rated 18. A couple of weeks back we watched Friday. Well, actually no, we didn't watch Friday the 13th a couple of weeks back because I had issues with the stream and ended up not doing it, which sucks. Hopefully no issues with the stream this time around though. But yeah, I tried to watch Friday the 13th a couple of weeks back. Had it ready to go, and the stream was just crashing all over the place. So I don't know what happened then. Hopefully it doesn't happen today. It didn't happen last week, so we were good last week when we played Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Sam B and the place to be. How is ye? It is the 13th today, February the 13th, and we're about to watch Friday the 13th. I didn't plan it that way. It just kind of turned out that way. February the 13th, and we're about to watch Friday the 13th, part 2. But yeah, how's your day going? How's your day been? Appreciate you joining this live stream on this Tuesday evening. Tuesday the 13th. Of February 2024. I had a good day today. I had a real good day today, actually. I ran 7.7 miles today. I've not been well at all, but on the mend now slowly. I'm sorry to hear that, but glad you're feeling better though. That sucks when you're ill, doesn't it? Because like you feel like, well, I guess it depends on the level of illness, but like you can get ill to the point where even though you're kind of physically okay, just the feeling of being ill just really takes you out. You know, like you feel like you don't want to eat nothing, you don't want to go nowhere, you know. And then there's the other illnesses where you're not physically okay at all, you know, and it just wrecks you. So yeah, man, that sucks. I'm sorry, but glad you're on the other side of that. And hopefully continue to do so. Or at the very least, I hope you pass your germs on to somebody. I hope you sneezed on that neighbor that pisses you off all the time. Just casually just sneezed on them. Just like, achoo, achoo. What was that? Oh, nothing. Or coughed on their biscuit or something. Like, I hope you at least did that. Right. Yeah, here you go. I'm just trying to be nice. Here's some biscuits. But yeah, I was in bed for 3 days straight. So yeah, viral. 3 days. Damn, that really did take you out, huh? 3 days straight. Did you have to go to doctors, or were you okay? Was it one of them ones where the doctors just like give you a prescription over the telephone or something? Like, that's how they do it over here, by the way. Not all GPs, but that's how my GP does it. Like, you call them up and say, yeah, I'm not feeling well, and they ask you a few questions, and they're like, oh yeah, take this tablets and take this, and it's like, are you sure you don't wanna, maybe I should come in and you can see properly what it is? And he's like, nah, just here's a subscription for something that cures your illness, but might also cause stomach bleeding, It's mad, man. It's mad. But yeah, hopefully you didn't have to go to doctors, but if you did, then, well, it's got to be done. It's got to be done. As I was saying, like, to Ben the other day. So here's the thing, like, I don't, strictly speaking, like going to the doctors or taking medicines and that sort of thing, and I don't particularly like it. I'd certainly rather avoid it anytime I can. That being said, yeah, I do think there are some times where you just have to do it. There's sometimes where you just have to go to the hospital, go to the doctors, or take the medicines. And there's sometimes where you just have to do it. I don't particularly like to do it. Like, if there's a more natural way of resolving whatever issue I might have, I'd rather do that, even if it does take a bit longer. But yeah, if you gotta go, then you just gotta go. Like, there's certain times where it's like, you know what? You need the hospital. Like, you need the doctors. You need the medicines. Like, come on now, come on. And I made it to the doctors. I was feeling off Wednesday. By Thursday, my voice had gone constantly. And I was in bed. Oh, I did see your post actually about losing your voice. I guess that's what that was about. Man, how's your voice now though? Are you able to shout at Elliot now at least? Make up for all the shouting that you missed. You should get one of those megaphones and make sure, like, when you shout at him, he could hear you loud and clear, and even louder than normally, and be like right next to him, and just have the megaphone right in his ear. Get me a sandwich. Just real loud. It's back, but not completely. I can talk, can't shout. Off. All right, well. Slowly but surely. Baby steps. Yeah, baby steps. We'll get there. Just keep with the, was it honey? Honey and ginger? You'll be shouting in no time. But man. Wow. Well, I guess while you were in bed, actually, no, maybe not while you were in bed sick. It might have been a little bit before that, but yeah, as you already know, I was passing through the city of Hull this last week, And you know what though? It's actually a pretty nice place. Like I ain't gonna lie, man. Hull's a pretty cool place. Like, granted, I didn't see all of it, right? I only saw, I'm sure, just a small part of it. But I did walk around quite a bit. Because, well, there's a few reasons why I walked around. One is that, and I kind of wanted to walk a bit anyway because to see more of the place. But the other reason why I ended up walking quite a lot more than originally planned was I didn't realize Uber doesn't work out there. Like, I was looking. I had my Uber app open, seeing if I can get a cab, because I thought, because I even did like a search thing before. Does Uber work in Hull? And it seems like it did. Like, from the results I was getting, it seems like it did work there. Yo, what up, Reese? But when I get there and I open up the Uber app, seeing what cabs are available, and it's just like, yeah, we've got no results for you at this time. No, what's going on? And then I spoke to one lady, and she was like, yeah, we don't use Uber right here. We use another app called Drive. So it's like, all right. I'm all right, man. I'm all right, Reese. Reese's Pieces in the places. How's you doing? How's your day going? How's your finger? How's your finger? Hopefully it's didn't fall off. And hopefully we went to the doctors, because like I was saying, like I get sometimes you don't. I don't like going to doctors. I don't like taking medicines and things like that. But bruh, when the injury's that bad, you just gotta go. So I think it's healing well. Okay, nice. Dettol seemed to have done the trick. Okay, Dettol, man, put Dettol on it. Hey, if it works, it works. If it works, it works. We can. Oh, you know what? And that's the thing, yeah, because like it didn't work when I was there, right? And I think maybe like 2-3 days later, I seen the news. Uber applies for a license in Hull, and I'm like, you couldn't do this like a week ago. Man, you couldn't do this like. I think about maybe 2 or 3 days after I got back, I saw that on the news about Uber applying for a license in Hull. I was like, man. But they must have heard. I reckon Uber must have heard that that I was passing through Hull, and they were like, you know what, we can't do him dirty like that. We gotta do right. We gotta do right. Next time he comes up here, we gotta make sure our service is ready. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what happened. Somebody at Uber was like, yeah, just for Haze and Haze alone. But anytime he comes to Hull, make sure we got an Uber service ready. That was exactly how that conversation went. Exactly. But yeah, no, Reese, I was just saying that I was passing through Hull last week. I was actually viewing properties in Hull. A couple of properties I was viewing up there, and they're both really nice houses that I saw. I would say, I mean, the two houses that I saw, one of them was like kind of freshly done up. Like the lady who lived there before apparently did a lot of renovation work. And it was empty, and like nobody's living there because she's already moved out. So and it's already done up. The only thing that house in the by the way, I'm not buying to live. I'm buying doing buy to let. So like the only thing I would have to do in order to let it out, to rent it out legally, is get the fuse box upgraded. In fact, Reese, you probably know about this actually, because you do like a lot of the sort of electronics and things like that, so you might know about this. Like if you're renting out a place, then the fuse box has to be of a certain level. Like I think it's like what they call it, EPC-D level or something. I forget, but it needs to be upgraded to that level or more to legally rent out. I need to, so I have to do that, and then the carpets and a couple of carpets and some painting. Yeah, I'm a qualified electrician. Yeah, so yeah, you'd know. So that's all that house needed was that, right? The second house that I saw was not far from it. I think it was about a mile and a half away from the first house, so they're quite very close to each other. That house has a couple of people living there already, so like they're already paying rent, and that's already all fine. The house itself, I'd say, was in a bit of a disarray in the sense that, like, you know, there was a broken fence, there's some mess in the garden, and, you know, stuff like that. Other than that, you know, it seemed mostly pretty good condition. There was some damage on the sink cabinet, and, you know, some stuff like that. So there was some damage that's going to need to be taken care of. And the house itself, you know, like I said, it was in a bit of a disarray. Like, you know, I saw some loose cables from like an aerial cable or something like that. The damage real worse than me in that game. That leaky roof. Yeah, I mean, so apparently what happened is that there was a leak in the sink, and that's what caused the damage. The sink itself is fine because that's already been fixed. But because it already leaked and caused damage to the underneath the cabinet now needs to be replaced. But to be honest, I probably need to replace the whole sink, I'd guess, at this point. But yeah, that's the house that I ended up going with in the end. Mainly because, like, I felt like even though the other house was maybe a bit neater and, you know, it was already empty, and, you know, you could pretty much do, it didn't really need a lot, just, but the work that it did need, I mean, the work that it needed would be quite expensive, but it didn't necessarily need a lot to be done. Also, that the first house was actually cheaper than the second house. But yeah, in the end, I went with the second house because I just felt like that house was had more of a potential to it. You know, had a larger kitchen, which I like. You know, I do all the cooking these days. Well, I don't do all the cooking, but you know, I'm into that cooking and baking these days. So the larger cooking, even though I'm not going to be living there, I like the fact that there's a larger kitchen. It has a larger garden as well. But yeah, it definitely needs a bit of work done to it. Yeah, that's what I went with, and yeah, just so I'm in the process of buying that house and putting the offer. The offer got accepted. Just doing all the mortgage stuff now and filling out all those forms and sending this there and sending that there, and, you know, doing that whole thing. But yeah, that's been my week. That's been my week. Going to a hole, viewing properties, and buying a house. Oh no, we're keeping the tenants. I'm keeping the tenants. They seem like cool people. In fact, the dudes that I met there was a guy and a girl. The guy, he was playing World of Warcraft when I got there. Like, he was literally at his computer playing World of Warcraft. I'm like, yo, I like this guy. I like this guy. He had a Red Hot Chili Peppers wallet as well. So I'm like, you know what? Can't kick this guy out. Come on now. World of Warcraft fan, Red Hot Chili Peppers fan. Nah, he's staying. He's staying. Oh, and he had a snake as well. Dude has snake in his bedroom. Like, nah, I like this guy. Can't kick them out. Can't kick them out. Can't kick them out. Dude was into anime, video games, had a snake, Red Hot Chili Peppers fan. Nah, they're staying. They're staying. I was supposed to go into town on that day with my sister, but I was feeling a bit off, so she went on her own. Okay, if your sister was in Hull Centre at around, I want to say 3 o'clock-ish, 2-3 o'clock, there's a possibility, albeit a kind of a small possibility, but there's a possibility I would have seen her, and I just didn't know that that's who she was. Like, I could have literally walked past your sister and I wouldn't know. I mean, like I say, it's a small possibility, but it's a possibility nonetheless. That I could have walked right past your sister and I just wouldn't have even known. Probably not. I don't know. Was your sister near Couplands? You went late morning, early afternoon. Okay, early afternoon. No. I would have. Yeah, I think I would have been there maybe afterwards then. Yeah, so never mind. Good money anime, you got your head screwed on. Yeah, I mean, I was kind of thinking, like, I do want to stay in London, even though London's bloody expensive. I do still want to stay in London. I guess in my case, I'm a bit lucky in that I don't have to buy a house in London, at least not anytime soon. But yeah, I just thought like if I have something that if I could buy a house now, rent it out, and hopefully that use that money to pay the mortgage as well, and hopefully have hopefully have a little bit left over. But all the things you got to pay, like you got to do like insurance, you got to do this, you got to do all kinds of stuff. It's like, mate, come on. And of course, like the agency take their cut as well. I'm like, mate, how much am I being left with after the end of it? Damn, man. Hopefully I'm left with something by the end of it. But yeah, I just thought for me right now, a better idea would be to have a house, but not live in it, rent it out, and use it to try and make a little money if I can, and try and travel, because that's the thing for me. I actually just want to travel more right now. So if I can do anything I can bring a little extra cash that helps me with that, and by the end of it, there's a place that I have that I could go to live in there if I change my mind at some point. I mean, I won't do that anytime soon. And besides, you have like certain contracts in place where you can't just be like, yeah, I'm going to kick you out now. It's like, you can't really do that. But not without paying like some hefty like penalties and fines and stuff. So it's like, I ain't trying to do that. But yeah, he'll do it for a while, and maybe sometime in the later future I can think about if I want to move in there or not. But for now, it's just like having it done, having in a way where it can kind of pay for itself a little bit, and then, yeah, we'll go from there. But for me right now, at this point in my life, I just want to travel more. God willing, we'd be going to, I'll say we, be just me, going to Amsterdam in August. I'm trying to organize a trip to France with some friends, but it's like it's like when you're trying to organize things with friends. Everybody says yes, right? But then it's like the planning side of it is like, oh, are we going or no? You know what I mean? It's like I may end up just going to my Jack Jones. Like I might just do that. I might just be like, you know what? I ain't waiting for you dudes. I ain't waiting for you dudes. I'll just turn up in France. I won't even tell them. You know what I mean? I'll just go to France to my Jack Jones, take a couple of pictures and send it to him in the group chat. Be like, yo, where you at? I might just do that because I don't want to be just waiting for people to be like, oh, yeah. Everybody's saying yes, but then nobody's really doing anything. It's like, nah, we'll see. Hopefully I do get to go with them because they're cool guys and I know them for years. So it'd be cool to do something together where you can like, build memories, have memories with some old friends. New memories with old friends would be a cool thing to do. But yeah, if they're not on it like that, then I might just go there with my Jack Jones and be like, yo, where you at? It's a good tradesman. There's some good tradesmen and women in the hull as well. Okay, that's good to know. Because I need some repair work done. Get them to do it. Know they're doing some good work. What you can do yourself, the more money you can save. Same as anything else, I guess. No, for sure. I mean, I would consider like not having a what do you call it? A tenant? What do you call it again? A letting agent, right? I would consider not having a letting agent if I lived in Hull or lived like much closer to Hull, because then you could kind of be a bit more hands-on with your own properties and be like, okay, you can call me or send me an email. I don't want people calling me, or you can send me an email, and I could deal with it. I could arrange. But I feel like if you're nearer there, then it's not so much of an issue. But when I'm like 2-3 hour train ride away, yeah, it's a bit of a nuisance trying to like organize stuff. So I'm like, in this case, it is best to have a letting agent take care of that. And in all honesty, I'm pretty sure I don't want people calling me at like stupid o'clock in the morning talking about boilers. You know what I mean? Something's going wrong with something, and I'm getting a phone call when I'm trying to sleep, getting woken up in the middle of the night. I'm going, what? Huh? So yeah, and it'd be best to have a letting agent, and they can deal with it. What if you move in the future? You'll be sick of seeing me. Just I'd have that house. I could just like lock the doors and be like, board up the windows. Never been anywhere near. I've been to Southeast France once, to my ex-girlfriend's parents' house. That was lovely. I've been to Jedburgh, Scotland, to another ex's house. It was a bit rough there. So the 2 times you left England were both for exes. Mate, you might as well stay here. just stay in England. Just stay in England. Two times you've travelled outside of England for a woman, and now they're both exes. It's like, mate, just stay. Like, clearly there's some kind of jinx going on. So just don't leave the country. But for real though, I do like to travel, and I do recommend traveling as much as you can to anybody. And hopefully, whoever you travel with doesn't become your ex. But yeah, and traveling is good when you can do it. Nah, I'm crying for coffee. Oof. All right, better get the kettle on. This is like snooker centers. I think a good money earners. Pay for the tables once, a bit of money for electric and the rent or whatever, and then it's just all profit. Yeah, I used to go to a snooker hall near my school, like way back in the day. Me and some friends back in the day used to like bunk off school and just go to snooker halls there. So walk up the road, it's like a mile up the road to my school, and we used to go there and just like play snooker and that. None of us were very good at it, by the way, of course, but we used to go there and just like, you know, knock the balls around. And you know, it's like, you know the rules, right? And you kind of know basically how to play, and every now and then you get like a cool shot that you manage to pull off. But yeah, none of us are actually good at it. It was but it was fun though. It was fun. But snooker halls, they always tend to be in like these like dingy places. Like well, I don't know, maybe it's different now. I haven't been to snooker hall for years at this point. But back in the day, it was like you go to these places and they're so dingy, and it's usually like a door on the like in between 2 shops or something like that. Like, so you got like a shop that sells some nice shop that sells like clothes, and next to that you got like a shop maybe that sells food or whatever, and right in between you got this door, and then you go through that door, you go up the stairs, up through a corridor, and then you know you go to where the door, at least where the snooker hall is, and it's usually some dingy door that hasn't been replaced since like, I don't know, 1922 or something like that. You know, some old door, and you go in there and it's a massive hall. The lights are dim. You know, you pay for your the table you want to use. You pay for like the, I don't know, the hour or something like that. And then they put the lights on the table that you're using, and you're like just knocking the ball around. I was dingy on there. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Always had that vibe for real. Had I found a whole accent? Let me try to remember it now, because I did speak to a few Hullians. I mean, I mean, it was fine. I mean, I understood the words that were coming out of their mouths, so I guess there was no problem there. I'm trying to remember how it sounded though, like, because like. Let me try to remember how it sounded. It was kind of like I do like that, mate. It was kind of like that, you know, like, oh, they are nice, aren't they? Oh, they are nice, yeah, you know. Because I was talking to one of the estate agents about Couplands, actually. I was talking about Couplands, just saying, yeah, I went to Couplands, and it's like, oh, they are nice, yeah. But man, I can't really remember it right now, to be honest. I can't remember it, but yeah, I mean, it was fine. It was fine. No language barriers. I don't need anybody to repeat anything too much, so we're pretty okay. All right. Let's get this show on the road. Hopefully you're ready on 0. Oh, that's the wrong one. It's this one. I'll switch over to this screen. And we're gonna go 3, 2, 1, play. And in 3, 2, 1, play. Friday the 13th, part 2. What's some people who are from home, pretty down to earth, hard nuts as well, don't take no shit, but in a good way. Yeah, there was a lot of, because I was just walking around, I did see quite a lot of, like, sort of factories and industrial kind of buildings, you know, stuff like that. And I don't know if that's just the side that I was walking in, you know, maybe I mean, Hull, I'm sure there's more than one thing in Hull, right? But it did seem to me, at least, quite a few sort of factories, industrial stuff like that around. This guy's got some big shoes on. Kansas State people are sold to the earth. I'm biased being from one myself. Oh, I did get chatted up by a crackhead, by the way, when I was there. I got chatted up by a crackhead, so I felt right at home. I ain't gonna lie, man. I just felt right at home. Like, that happens here too. Okay. To be fair, she might have been a crackhead, but almost certainly some kind of drug use. Moving down south, everyone would always say, "You ain't from around here, ain't you? Where you from?" I would always say, "Guess." And they would always say, "Manchester." I mean, it's kind of close. Maybe 100 miles apart, but kind of. Trapped by a crackhead. I've been there, right? It's just, hey, what's life if you've never been trapped by a crackhead? Quite frankly, if you've never been chatted by a crackhead, then I don't know, there might be something wrong with you, to be honest with you. Like, so a lighter, then a cig, then what I mean to take for a drink over the road at the pub. Only went to the shop for a pint of milk. Hey, you go for milk, end up with a crackhead's phone number. There's something wrong with you. Well, I'm just saying. Crackheads don't exactly have high standards, right? So I'm just saying, if you've never been chatted up by a crackhead, bruh. Yo, CS5 Unmasked. Appreciate you coming through. How is you? Great movie. Scared me to death when I was a kid. I don't think I've seen this one. Or if I have, it was such a long time ago, I've forgotten it. Oh, this is Friday the 13th, part 2 we're watching today. Doing well. It's good to hear, man. Good to hear. Yeah, Mr. Voorhees got some moves, though. Well, had some moves. Now this young lady is being tormented in dreams. Les jeunes femmes tormentent dans rêves. I think that's how that's said. I may be wrong. I'm probably messed up. I've only ever seen one. I think it was that film, something about a kid shaving his hair off and cute bloke coming out of the water at the end to get a woman on the boat. Oh, yeah, that was the first one. And they're recapping the first one a lot right so far. Like, this movie's only like an hour and 20, and they spent nearly 6 minutes recapping the first movie. They don't have much of a movie left if they're going to spend this long recapping the first film. This lives Stone Ferry. It's a very industrial. My kid. So it's a school near there. Also near all the factories and stuff. Betamax. Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember Beats. Well, I don't remember it, but I know. I kind of remember it. We never had it, but I mean, we didn't have a Betamax player, but yeah, I was around. I was around. It's been about 5 watching that. My dad was watch horror films. If you're doing good. You know what, though, the town centre in Hull is actually pretty cool though, because like you've got like loads of shops sort of near the station, and you got this big supermarket. Big shopping mall. Inside there's a Tesco's in there, and there's like all these there's a Greg's and some lots of food places and stuff like that. I forget what it's called, but it's like a big shopping mall that you got there. I don't really see it much. I did walk inside just kind of when I was walking around, but I didn't really do much in there. And for far as I can tell, and perhaps you'd know more. St. Stephen's, that's the one, yeah. But as far as I can tell, like a lot of places don't have like parking restrictions, which is really cool. I mean, I'm sure some places do. Like I'm pretty sure you just can't park anywhere. But in terms of like, say, residential areas and stuff like that, a lot of the ones that I was walking through, I don't think I saw any like parking restrictions. And if I don't think I did, but certainly not in the ones where I was checking out anyway. I don't think there are any parking restrictions, so that's really cool because like just about every road in London now, like it's rare you see a road that doesn't have parking restrictions in London. It's so rare. And when you do see it, best believe those roads get filled up quickly because everybody just parks there. So the fact that you have this place where it's like a lot of roads still don't have park restrictions, I'm like, yeah, cool. I can dig it. I'm so old. Hey. We no young men no more. But yeah, you got like the big shopping mall, St. Stephen's. And you come outside, you got like there was like a Cafe Nero, the Couplands, and there's a McDonald's, and it's just in that whole area. There's like all these like different like sort of smaller restaurants as well, smaller food spots, clothes stores, stuff like that. The little town's all but dead now. The fishing trade is gone, and the smoking ban killed off the pubs. Sad, really watching it crumble. Wait, the smoking ban killed the pubs, really? I mean, because you can't smoke indoors anymore, right? That was the rule, and so like that really affects. Because like, as far as I can tell, and to be fair, I'm not exactly much of a pub goer, or I don't really go to too many pubs. But as far as I can tell, a lot of pubs in London are still pretty thriving, rather, I should say. But then again, I guess a lot of people don't. Well, it's not that a lot of people don't smoke in London. Loads of people smoke in London, but I guess it was just less of a thing here. Well, clearly it was less of a thing here. Smoking, damn, man. Those vanilla slices, though, oh, they were nice. You know what? I would say that of when I had it, because like I pretty much arrived in a station. I got a coffee from Nero, and then I went to Coupland's, and what I wasn't particularly expecting, there was a queue outside Coupland's, right? A long queue, like it went outside the shop kind of long. And so I was waiting a while before I finally, got into the shop and, got served and, got some food. And what that meant is that I didn't have as much time as I would have liked because, I still had to get to the viewing. Right. And, oh, snap. Look at that. Oosh. They just brought it back to Killer right off in the beginning. Just to recap the story, then Killer. Damn, man. That's harsh. So I ended up having to eat it relatively quickly, which I don't like to do because you want to be able to savor it and enjoy it, that kind of thing. So I didn't really get to do that too much. Like I didn't really get to really just kind of enjoy what I was eating because I had kind of to move a bit quick. So yeah, I think hopefully if I do go again, make sure I allow for the fact that there might be a queue outside Coupland's before you get in. But I get it. The food was that good though. The food was really good, so I'm not surprised there's a queue out there. I'm not surprised at all. There's a fair few pubs, but a lot have closed and they're not the same. There's no nightclubs at all here now, and there was plenty in the days when I used to go out. Lived off bacon and mushroom sarnies from Coupland's for a large portion of my life. Used to live above the Coupland's. Oh, you was above the. Oh, that must have smelled nice though. Like all that bakery going on, but that must have been a nice smell to wake up to. Like plastic. Snapped my tooth in half. Oof. I was eating one of them at work. Bit too crunchy. Literally. Exxon. Yeah, it was nice. That was Chinese next door, and they would cook beef first thing in the morning, and that was horrible. But you don't like the smell of beef? Oof. Man, that sounds like a good place to live. You're getting the smell of beef and the smell of bakery in the morning. Oof, that sounds good to me. Anyone have pancakes? I did not have pancakes. Is it pancake day today? Is it Shrove Tuesday today? I don't even realize. I did not have pancakes today. Damn, man. I might have to have 2 tomorrow to make up for it. Damn. Did you guys have pancakes today? And the extractor fan was sold out and went on until 2 a.m. Girls say, well, okay, yeah, that would be annoying. One in a beef used to make me get. Okay, Dave, we didn't have them. The little one's not well. Oh, man. That's a shame. Hopefully she's doing better now. Or how's that going? Oh, kids, of course we have pancakes today. Man, I didn't even realize it was pancakes day today, man. I wonder, is it too late? It's probably a bit late now, actually. I think by the time the stream finishes, it might be a bit too late to get pancakes today. Well, I don't know. How long does it take to make pancakes? Because it's not that hard to make pancakes, right? I might try and make some pancakes before I go to bed. And hopefully I can make them in the time it takes to not be tomorrow. That's what I'm thinking. But I don't know how to make pancakes. I know I've seen them being done. I don't believe they take a long time. I don't know if I have all the ingredients. I might have to find out. Well, I'm going to have to find out. But if I have the ingredients to make pancakes, then yeah, I might try and do that. I might try and make pancakes before I go to bed. Make a few, you know. A bit better now. Thank you, mate. No, bless her. She's only 5. Oof. Man, that's tough when you're sick, man. Can't have the golden syrup. Same mixture as Yorkshire puds, I think. I can eat pancakes plain. I mean, well, here's the thing. Let me put it this way. I could eat pancakes plain. I wouldn't necessarily choose to eat, like if I like, for example, like if I do make them today, chances I'll probably just eat them plain, because I don't think I'd have time to put syrup and stuff, and to be honest, I don't think I'd want the sugar right now anyway. So I can eat pancakes plain, and they could be fine if they're good pancakes, right? But yeah, if you're talking about preferences in terms of like optimal ways to enjoy pancakes, then yeah, yeah, some syrup, some butter, you know what I mean, stuff like that. Yeah, definitely. But if I have to, I'd eat them plain. I'd have no major problem eating them plain if they're still nice pancakes. He used to have beans and sausages and eggs and stuff on his. Eggs had theirs with sugar and lemon. Sugar and lemon's nice. That's kind of just a simple mixture. Okay, we're just gonna have a full-on arse shot just because we get right in the butt crack. Do you guys have a preference between like the thin pancakes or the kind of like smaller but thicker pancakes? Counselor Training Center. The thin ones, okay. I'm not sure I have a preference myself. Like, I'm not sure I have a specific preference. I would say that I like the chewiness of the thicker ones. But also like the simplicity of the thinner ones. You know what I mean? So I guess I like them for different reasons. So I'm not sure I have a preference. I'd eat them both. I might try something crazy with my pancakes. Pull out some pineapple on them. Put pineapple on pancakes. Yeah. That's what she said. With the thin ones, got a syrup all over, fold them. And all that syrup is in the inside. Get it to the point where it drips as well. Oof. And you gotta start licking off your plate and the fingers. Like, gets all sticky. I do like messy food. Messy food is good food. I don't care what nobody says. I'm literally looking up how to make pancakes right now. Because I don't think they're hard to make. How to make pancakes at home. Easy pancake recipe in 10 minutes. Well, the thumbnail says 10 minutes. Alright, that's a 2-minute and 33-second video. I might try and watch that later and see if I could figure out how to make pancakes in 10 minutes. See if I even have the ingredients to make a pancakes in 10 minutes. Because if I have to go to a shop and buy some stuff, then it's going to take longer than 10 minutes. So. Eesh. Got that engine backfire. That's nasty. Right in the mouth as well. Oh, he's scaring him now. Why would you go back there knowing that, though? I don't even care if it's like just a rumor. It's like, nah, I'm good. We got around to watching Eli Roth's Thanksgiving. Really enjoyed it. That an older film, Eli Roth's Thanksgiving. Last year. Okay, I guess I just missed it then. Guess I just missed it. I'm guessing it's a horror movie. Since it's Eli Roth. Horror mystery. So this movie had a kill in the first, I think, about 6 minutes or so, 6 or 7 minutes. It's now gone nearly half an hour and nobody's been deaded. Like, I'm not sure I'm appreciating that. It's not a long film. They spent about 6 minutes recapping the first movie. I guess they got to build up a story, but you can't spend this long building up a story and then not have a story because like the movie's gonna be over in like less than an hour. So on Amazon cinema for some time, so the price had dropped to $13.99, so I bought it. I watched that and it was a good time. Oh, nice. Those Amazon Cinema, or you know, when they have the films that sit in cinema and you could rent it while to watch it at home. Whilst they're mad expensive though. They're like £16 to rent the movie, right? And I get the reason why it's so expensive is because you're watching a film that's still available in the cinema. So I get that, right? But man, £16 to rent a film. Nah, come on. I did it once and it wasn't worth it, man. I mean, the film itself was whatever, but just the whole experience of paying £16 to rent a movie just because it's still in the cinema, it was like, nah. In the end, it just felt like you're paying too much to watch a movie at home. At this point, it's like, just go to the damn cinema and, you know what I mean? Let's go to the damn cinema and then watch the movie there. Big detail limit fingers again. I can't believe how much it's healed. So I've been using that stuff. Can you move your finger though? Or is it still kind of like stiff? A little bit to sink of hot water. I'm really not a fan of Friday the 13th films. Jason is cool, but the films are kind of boring. Yeah, I might be agreeing you with that one actually, especially with the fact that it's been so long and still no kills yet. But yeah, it's like, I mean, on one hand, you can justify the £16 by saying, okay, if everybody, if you're watching it with like, let's say 2-3 people, everybody chips in, it works out a whole lot cheaper than the cinema would be, because if you went to the cinema, you'd pay your, £10 each or something like that. So okay, fair enough, but you're still paying a heavy premium to watch a movie at home. Like, you're still going to deal with things like the doorbell ringing, or the neighbors making too much noise, or somebody in the house making noise or whatever. Like, you're paying a heavy premium to just watch a movie at home, and I just felt like, you know what, this is not worth it. Okay, we finally got a kill. Yes, now I'm on the end, but I think that bit will just fall off shortly. Sounds the hard part that Eden Lake was the most messed up film I've seen, I think. Oh, Eden Lake, yeah, that's the one with Michael Fassbender. These are banned films and stuff, but that one really stuck in my mind. Friday the 13th Part 3 is okay. Alright, cool. So the next one after this might have a better movie. There's one where I think it's Friday the 13th 4, when he goes to New York. Is it 4 or 5? I don't remember. But one of the Friday the 13th movies, they go to New York. I can remember a scene in that movie where they're on a roof and this guy's punching Jason. And he's punched him repeatedly. And Jason's kind of getting knocked back and knocked back and knocked back and knocked back as he's punching him. And finally punches him to like he's all the way at the edge of the building, right? The roof of the building. Where it's like one more punch will maybe knock him over the edge. But he just doesn't have the energy to do it. And he says something like, okay, what you got? And Jason takes his head off. It's like, poof, with a machete or something. That's the one scene I remember from Jason Does New York. Kirkham Skins and the lad from This Is England, yeah. And that film had a twisted ending as well. Like, after everything they went through, like the way, like, bruh. Why would you want to go to a place called Camp Blood? Are you dumb? That's Jason Takes Manhattan. It's later on. Ah, okay. Jason Takes Manhattan. Not Jason Does Manhattan. I feel like Jason Does Manhattan might have been a better title. That's what they should have called it. Jason Does Manhattan. I mean, considering everybody in that movie gets screwed. Yeah, they should have called it Jason Does Manhattan. Most of that film takes place on a boat. They're only in Manhattan for the last 20 minutes. Oh, really? Man. Yo, what up, Dan? Yeah, it's been a long time since I watched that film. I guess I've forgotten a lot about it. I literally just remember that one scene on the roof. Jason had a killer punch in that one. Belgian Dan the man. How's your band? Oh, easy. Yeah. How y'all doing? I'm doing all right, man. I feel like I'm doing pretty good indeed. I'm doing pretty good indeed. I've been having a good week, a good day. And yeah. Doing pretty good indeed. Hopefully you're doing well too. Uh-oh. Okay, training, helping, learning, and some gaming. That sounds like a good time. That sounds like a good time. Every Friday the 13th is the lack of story. Everyone is just there for Jason to do his thing. So they're basically a porno then, these movies is what you're saying. It's basically a porno. She knows how to stick it to him. This guy's running in the woods after like some stranger. Like, why would you do that? This guy's been running for a while. I'm not sure I believe he can run that far. But then again, you never know. So Jace There's a sharp stabby object. So pretty normal then, right? Just normal. Yeah, no kink shaming. Yeah, we do not do that here. We do not do that here. So high, went to space. That is true. Jason X, right? I ain't seen that. But yeah. If a kid was after me, I'm dying. I ain't running. You know what? That is a nasty toilet, dude. Ain't even got a seat. You know, like I feel like when it comes to these sorts of things, when people think about, okay, if I was in this situation, like in these horror movies where you got some deranged psycho killer after you, you know, how would you do? And I feel like a lot of times with guys, especially, we try to think of ourselves as like, oh yeah, no, I'll take him out, I'll duck him or whatever, But yeah, I feel the truth is like most of us would get killed in that situation. Like oof, yikes. That was nasty. You know, most of us get killed. Like maybe some of us might stand a chance or be able to hold our own. But I feel like 99.9% of us, like we watch these movies and we make fun of the characters, but I feel like in 99% of us, we're getting killed in these movies. If it was us there, where we're getting killed, it's like just better have your will in order. Oh, Jason X. I'm online and I know but it's so bad, it's good. I could appreciate bad movies. Entertainingly bad, yeah. Those are some of the best films out there, though, right? Wait. No, that lady's not coming back from her walk, is she? Anyone in here had a 360 before? Gonna get one to do. That's until we saved the release income. I wanted what they're like. It's about the Peugeot 360. Let's make this one for the lols. Hey, and why not? Why not? Well, I never had a Peugeot 360. They seem like decent cars, though, from what I can tell. When was a Peugeot 360? That was like, I want to say like 2000s, right? Sort of mid 2000s. Yeah, Peugeot. That's all right. How is Peugeot spelled? P-E-O... I think the G-E-O-T bit is right. But then, yeah, I think it's P-E-A? P-E-O? Yeah. I'd have to look it up. So, yeah, you ain't alone there. You ain't alone. Here's an old one, like, you only got a grand. At the moment. I've had a Dan can spell it. Of course, Dan can spell it. Dan's like the resident mastermind. Knows every movie, can spell Peugeot. Is that in space you're looking at? So bad. It's good to go nuts for sure. Anyone with a working brain. But yeah, I mean, it should be fine. I think if you're buying a Peugeot 36, as long as it's in good condition and all that kind of stuff, you're probably going to be fine with it for a while. I'll say the only thing, I mean, I'm sure you know this, I'm sure, but when you're buying older cars, especially cheaper, when they start to get a bit cheaper, like £1,000, that kind of range, that kind of price, it's not going to last forever. You know, even if it is in good condition, chances are it will not last a long time. There's going to be things either wrong with it or things that are going to go wrong with it, and it's probably going to require a lot of like work done, and over a period of time it will cost you way more money than what the car is actually worth. So if you're buying it with that understanding and knowing that you know, after you're gonna have to replace it after a while, then cool, go for it. But yeah, if you're looking for something that you need for a while, that's something that you need to last, I'd probably avoid buying an older car, just because like they generally don't. Even the ones that are in good condition, you know, you'll probably find something's wrong with it somewhere, like it. So but yeah, for a short while, you know, maybe a year if you're lucky, 2 years if you're really lucky. But after that, yeah, make sure you're putting money aside to get a car that's in better condition. Pinhead in space. It's got 11 months MOT. Leprechaun went there as well. Yeah, there was like a bunch of guys that went to space, isn't it? Of course, don't forget Killer Clowns in space. This woman really just got this role to get killed, like, didn't she? Like, they just... And for guys to perv on her. Haze was in space, wasn't it? Probably. Nah, leave him there. Nah, leave that pervert there. Don't get him down. Exactly, let him hang. All concepts of puzzle books is pretty intriguing. Like the remake of Friday 13th, so that was fun. Relatable. Okay, who hasn't been to space that should go to space? I mean, even Fast and Furious went to space. Yeesh. Not many agree, but apart from Pinhead, Hellraiser is boring. Yeah. Yeah, the first Hellraiser movie I thought was alright. I just felt like there's a lot of story points that just were missing, and it could have been a more well developed, story plot. Maybe even raise the interest levels a bit, especially surrounding Frank. Yeah. Always cringe that bit on the first one where bloke's next to him on the nail while crying, while carrying a sofa up the stairs or something. That a bit worse than all the other movies put together. Okay. They look painful. Jesus wept. You never forget that line. Saltburn. Has anyone watched the original Freak Show? The original Freak Show. Then, if you have watched Saltburn, I totally understand if you said you haven't. And if you haven't watched Saltburn, I'm going to say it's a interesting film that I 100% don't recommend anybody actually watches. Or if you do watch it, at your own peril. Yo, what up, Big Bull? Been a while since I watched this. Yeah, for real. I ain't seen this in like ages, if even ever. I can't even remember if I've seen this before. If I have, it was a long time ago. Too long to remember if I have seen it. And real deformed people, etc. It came out last year, right? Yeah, it's a relatively new film on Amazon. Some dude drinks spunk laced bath water in Saltburn. I mean, not quite. Wasn't bath water. To see how uncomfortable it makes them. Well, if you do watch it, at your own peril. That's all I'm gonna say. I found martyrs hard to stomach. Probably spelled it wrong. Just prolongs torture. Not for me. I think martyrs you spelled right actually. But yeah, that was That was an interesting watch. And this one also wasn't the worst part. Yeah, that's probably true actually. Movie called Frontiers. Both in a box set. French movie, really? I think I'll give it a miss. It's yeah, I understand. Feel like that. Try Switchblade Romance. No, she's not going to make it out of this room, is she? Called High Tension. It's also French. High Tension. Ugh. I mean, that might just mess up her pH balance or something. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know what they do when it comes to horrors. Well, excuse me. Whoosh. Oh, man. Itchy eyeballs. Oof. There's a film from, I want to say mid-90s, I think. French film, not a horror. But just speaking of French films, it's called La Haine. And it's just a great movie. Like, if you've not seen it, it is, yeah, highly recommended film. I think it's like 95, 96, I think, something like that. But yeah, highly recommended film called La Haine. L-A, then H-A-I-N-E, which translates as The Hate. A lot of great French movies. Oh, I don't doubt that. He did American remake of Martyrs. It was garbage. Oof. Not seen that one, Haze. Yeah, definitely worth checking out. Classic movie. Yikes. I mean, if you're gonna kill a dude in a wheelchair, you could have just pushed him down the stairs. You don't have to chop his face off, like. But I can't lie though, this movie's taken a while to get started, but it's got some decent kills in here. I gotta keep it real. I gotta be honest. It's got some decent kills. Yeah, I thought that thing was a fever dream. I thought it was always so bad. And the problem with a lot of remakes, maybe even most remakes, is that they feel like they kind of miss a lot of the points of the original. Now, of course, if you're remaking something, you don't have to make it exactly like the original. I get that. That's fine. But it just feels like they try to do similar things, but they just don't get the point, you know? And if you don't understand the points of the original, then okay, fine, but then don't remake the movie. Like, just do something else. And then call it that. Call it something else. They just don't get us. So here's a question then. Now, I've not watched it either. So perhaps people who have can answer this. But there was a show, of course, called The Office, a British show called The Office, British comedy show called The Office with Ricky Gervais. And it ran for a few seasons, I think like 3 or 4 seasons. And that was remade into a show by an American studio called The Office with, I forget the actor's name, but that guy. And that show ran for quite a long time, ran for many, many seasons. Now, like I said, I've not watched either show, so I don't know. But for those of you who've watched the American show and the British show, would you say that is an example of an American remake done right? Because both shows seem to be very popular in their own right. I think by now the American one is probably a bit more well known, at least it seems so. But would you say that's an example of an American remake done right? Or would you say, no, they screwed it, I want it to, and it just got popular for the wrong reasons? I haven't seen either, so I'm just asking the question for those who have. It's not bad, the remake of Monsters. I can't even go to recommend it to anyone. I can recommend staying away from it. Oof. Oh, I don't think you're gonna like what you can see. Yikes. Yikes. I ain't gonna lie, that's a really good shot of the camera though. I think they don't get our comedy. It's more intellectual and the comedic time is on better. They do slapstick fairly well, but nothing. Things like The Office, I haven't seen either. I think the American version of Shameless was really good though. Okay, so there are at least some examples of Americans getting it right. We've got about 20 minutes to go this movie. Speaking of American comedies, though, if you go to Google and search Friends Ross, right? Or maybe even just Ross from Friends or something like that. But if you search... like, say, like Friends from Ross, click return to search, you'll see near the top left of the screen a small picture of a couch. And if you click on that couch, something cool happens. Oh, this was really into Friends. I never watched it. Friends was a really good show. I really liked Friends a lot. I watched it way back in the day when it was on originally, and I've watched a bunch of like the repeats when it was on. It was getting repeats on TV a lot, and I watched it on when it was on Netflix. I think it's still on Netflix actually, but I watched it again on Netflix. But yeah, no, Friends was a great show, man. I really liked Friends. I really liked Friends. I like so even Stevens and Malcolm. Yeah, Malcolm in the Middle. Yeah. Life's so unfair. That's how it goes. But yeah, Malcolm in the Middle. Walter White before he became Walter White. I know what you're talking about. Oh, you seen it? Yeah. It's pretty cool, isn't it? I mean, it's the same with all the Friends main characters, but I think the Ross one is the best one in my opinion. They've all got something. If you search their names on Google, all the main characters have got something. But yeah, I think Ross's one is the best one. Brilliant. Nice. So, Malcolm in the Middle. Where the dad's gone bowling. I don't think I've ever laughed like that. Bazinga. Yeah, Malcolm in the Middle was really good. I think I watched like the first, I want to say 2, maybe 3 seasons. I watched it in the beginning. And after that, I kind of drifted out of it. But yeah, no, it was a good show though. Oh, he's gonna get her. Is he gonna get her? Is she safe? Is somebody gonna come to the rescue? So in his first movie, Jason was actually pretty well dressed. He had a shirt, trousers on. I guess it's the later movies where he just gets dungarees and a hockey mask, but this one, he's actually pretty well dressed. The internet today trying to convince us Ross is a bad guy. They can suck it. He was funny. Wait, why was Ross a bad guy? Or why are they trying to convince us Ross is a bad guy? I mean, Ross was probably a little bit psycho. Like, I see this one video on YouTube where they do Ross's jokes, where they show Ross's jokes, but they remove the laughter track. And it's just Ross doing his stuff, and they just remove the laughter track. And he really does come across like a psycho when you remove the laughter track. it's pretty mad watching it that way. When he's just saying what he's saying, and where you'd normally get a laugh, it's just silence. And he comes across as a mad psycho when you do it like that. But aside from that, I don't know. Ross was a pretty cool guy, I guess, from what I can remember. Or I don't know. Maybe I'm forgetting stuff. Maybe I'm missing stuff. But why is the internet trying to convince us that Ross is a bad guy? What's our Ross done? Just don't take his lunch, right? Actually, you know what? That's fair, though. Like, I can't... If you take somebody's lunch, especially when it was a good lunch that you're looking forward to, and you took it, and not only did you take it, the dude, like, ate part of it and then threw it in the bin, didn't even respect it. Nah, that's not okay. Like, you took somebody else's lunch, decided you don't like it, and then throw it in. That is so disrespectful. It wasn't, you know what I mean? It's like, what? It doesn't matter. You didn't like it. It wasn't meant for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't meant for you, and you took it, took a bite. Oh, I like this, and you threw it in the bin. It's like, that is mad disrespectful. So yeah, I'm on Ross's side with that one. 100% on Ross's side with that one. Yeah, everything can change when taken. Everything I couldn't. Right. But it's just funny watching it that way, because of course you watch it normally and you're laughing, but then you watch it like with that. I guess it's probably similar with a lot of comedy shows. If you take out the laughter track, the jokes probably just sound mad weird. You know what I mean? But the video I saw was just focused on Ross from Friends, and it was like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, he does kind of sound like a psycho. He take away the laughter track. Or you can smell the piss or something. Or you can hear it. Because Ross was toxic, and yeah, at times maybe he was, but he was still funny. Ross was toxic. What was Ross toxic? I mean, apart from the sandwich situation, which, to be honest, I wouldn't even call that being toxic. That's just asserting your position. I don't know, man. The internet needs to explain themselves. Ross was not toxic. Let me try and think. What did he do that was toxic? Jason doesn't like chainsaws yet. He was passive aggressive at times. The people and friends get paid $1 million an episode or something. Yeah, one time they were, I think towards the later seasons they were, like, I think like the last maybe few seasons or something like that. I don't know exactly, but yeah, that's the figure I read. I'll explain why these internet people think the way they do. That's madness, man. Like, I mean, because if you think about the life of any individual, right? You're going to have times where you're angry, times where you're the dumb person, times where you're the smart person, times where you handle things exactly how you should handle things, and all in between. Like, nobody's going to get it right 100% of the time, right? So as far as I'm concerned, as far as I can remember at least, none of the characters were toxic. Like, of course they had their moments where they were being a bit dumb and they didn't know what was going on, or maybe they didn't always do the right things. If you're looking at it as a real life situation, because at the end of the day it's a comedy, they're not supposed. They're trying to make you laugh anyway. But if you like take away, like they say, the comedy aspects and be like, okay, how would this be in a real life situation, and would that be a good way to handle it? Yeah, maybe not. But I don't make a person toxic. It just makes a person human, you know? Like, if you're consistently doing things to harm people with no consideration of the fact that you're harming other people, then yeah, then you could talk about being toxic. But somebody who just, you know, is living their normal life and going through their normal day and doing their normal things and making them their normal mistakes, nah. Ross was not toxic. No, I rebuke that remark. I reject that remark. Who are these internet people? I need to find them and smack them up. You want to know about toxic? I'll show them toxic. Oh, she figured it out real quick. She figured out how to stop him real quick. Didn't even wear a mask or nothing. All these people. Okay, all these things are toxic. Are toxic themselves, and they are the ones trying to gaslight us. That's probably it. Bunch of dumbass people on the internet with dumbass opinions, looking for attention. Oh, it didn't work. It's close though. Bundy be like, hold my beer. Pivot. Pivot. Oh, she gonna get him. Right in the head. Oh, in the neck at least. Shoulder. Oh, you sure you want to do that? I'll mask him. They're gonna show his face. Don't show his face. What happened to Perry? Did he OD? Perry? Who's Perry? Oh, Matthew Perry. Oh, I don't know if he OD'd. I I will say I've not looked into that specifically. I mean, when it happened, I know they said something about he was found in a tub, but yeah, the actual cause of it, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe someone else, but yeah, sorry, I don't know. Yeah, Matthew Perry, man, damn, 54, I think he was. Chandler was one of the funniest characters in that show, though. Yeah. And issues with substances and yeah. Carl Weathers, yeah. Dylan, you son of a bitch. Man. Oh, it's a little dog. Raw. Like, well, I guess we know what Jason looks like. There is no tomorrow. Song of Happy Gilmore. We've only just begun. So sad. Have you guys seen a film called Action Jackson? It was a film that Carl Weathers did back in the 80s. And I don't, to my mind, to my knowledge anyway, I don't think it was particularly popular. I mean, it had a following. I think it had a relatively kind of a cult following. But as far as I can tell, it wasn't like mad super popular. But people who saw it, I think people who saw it really liked it. I saw it years ago, and yeah, great film. It's very cheesy. It's, you know, you talk, you know, Sam, when you saw that film that was like so bad it's good. It's very much in that kind of vein of things. It's a cheesy movie. It's kind of like you know, very, you know, basic storyline, that sort of thing. But yeah, it's so cheesy. It's so bad that it's good. And just one of the best terrible movies in my opinion. Like one of the best so bad it's good movies in my opinion. But yeah. Craig T. Nelson's in it, yes, and Sharon Stone as well. But yeah, Action Jackson, if you've not seen it, definitely that's another big recommendation from me as well. I'm saying it. Craig T. Nelson was the big baddie in Action Jackson. It's cheesy, oh, for sure. Well, that was Friday the 13th part 2. You know, that started off pretty slow. I would say it definitely has some cool kills in it, though. I don't like that they showed Jason's face. I feel like they should have just left that a mystery, but oh, whatever. It's 1981. But yeah, it's alright. It's alright. Let me switch back over to this screen. We watched the Book of Eli the other night. Okay, that's one with Denzel Washington. Yeah, it's a good film there. Yeah, that's Book of Eli. That's one where he cleans himself with the KFC package, with the KFC the cloths. Oh, flipping out, 1 sec. Are we good? Are we good? I think we good. Are we good? Yeah, we good. We good. Okay, I thought the sound went up for a moment, but we good. I realized that had the unhinged bloke from Leon in it. Gary Oldman. Bring me everyone. 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 But yes, Gary Oldman. He's legendary actor. Leon, Dark Knight. True Romance. Man, he's done loads of movies. Immortal Beloved. If we talk about Gary Oldman, let's talk about Immortal Beloved for a second. So Immortal Beloved was a film based on Ludwig van Beethoven's life, and Gary Oldman plays Ludwig van Beethoven, and that is a brilliant film. Like, I don't know how accurate it is in terms of like how accurately it portrays Ludwig van Beethoven's life. I'm not that familiar with him, but as far as being a movie telling a story with great acting goes, yeah, Immortal Beloved is a great film. All right. I just found this video about how to make pancakes. It's 2 minutes and 33 seconds. So I want to try and figure out if, one, I have enough ingredients to make a pancake, and two, is it as easy as I think it is, as it kind of looks like it is, that I can do it before it's too late to make them. I mean, it's never too late to make pancakes, but you know. All right, so we need 1 egg. All right, I've got an egg. Half cup of sugar. Okay. Pinch of salt. So far, so good. Half cup of milk. Okay. Oil. Okay, we've got that. Vanilla. Yeah, I've got vanilla. Gonna mix that all in. All right, we can do that. I've got a whisk. What's that? All-purpose flour. I think I've got all-purpose flour. Baking powder. Yeah, I've got baking powder. Mix that. Okay. So far, so good for the ingredients. Let's continue to get a smooth batter. Okay. Consistency. Don't think vanilla is essential. That's fine. I've got vanilla. And vanilla is always a good thing to add just anyway. You can use plain flour. Okay, I've definitely got plain flour. Okay. Take about 1/8. Okay. Use low to medium flame. All right, I can do that. Wait until a bubble formation stop. Oh, wait, it's a bubble stop. Okay, let me flip it over. Wait for 1.5 to 2 minutes. Okay. You know what? I think I can do that. And I do have some butter as well. And I'm pretty sure I've got some syrup. I'm not sure if it's maple syrup, but I definitely do have some syrup of some kind. I think I could do that, you know. I think I can make pancakes before Shrove Tuesday is over. I think I can do that. You'll have pancakes stuck to your kitchen ceiling all the time. Well, I try not to flip them too much. That's a thick pancakes, that video. Oh, yeah, I don't mind thick pancakes at all. I don't mind either. Thick pancakes, thin pancakes. I'll eat them all, man. I'll eat them all. All right. I think I can do that. I'm pretty sure I've got all those ingredients. And it doesn't look too hard. So, yeah. I think I'll do it. All right, cool. What's the time now? It's 10 o'clock now. All right, so we'll chat for a little bit. But yeah, I might have to end the stream soon and go make some pancakes. And try and do it before 12 midnight. That's the goal, to make some pancakes before 12 midnight. If I make pancakes after 12 midnight, I mean, it's still cool, really, but you know. Go live on the phone from the kitchen. Yeah. I probably won't do that. I might record it still though, but I don't think I'll be going live from the kitchen. I don't think I'll be going live from the kitchen. You might be hearing stuff you don't need to be hearing, so I can't control the whole surrounding, so let me just not do that. I might do a quick video, but yeah, not live. If I do a video, I can edit out all the embarrassing bits. So we're like, all right, yeah, we don't need to see that. That can go. But yeah, what's this video called? Okay, how to make pancakes at home easy. Okay, cool. Let me save this. Let me give this a like, and I want to save this video so it's easy to find. In fact, I know where I can save it. Copy that. If you're saying we don't need to hear it when we hear it, then we need to hear it. Well. Anyway, moving on swiftly. Alright, let me see. Where's my folders gone? Documents. Is it documents? Food and cooking. So I keep a folder of like recipes now. I don't know if you guys use Google Drive or not. But I find Google Drive very useful. Now, of course, not the only one. I know there's other services that you could be using. I personally use Google Drive. I'm just saying, but I keep a document of like various recipes, and I'm saving this pancakes recipe to my document. So I'm just gonna save the video link. I could do all the writing stuff down later, but yeah, I think I just might do that. I've got enough ingredients to make a few. I just might do that. clock is ticking. Making pancakes before it's too late. Make myself off. Nice to talk to you. Peace out. Enjoy your pancakes. Hey, so I appreciate coming through, Reese. Big up to you and your crew. Hopefully your finger continues to heal. Don't go picking your nose just yet. You know, maybe give it another week. So good. So good. Alright, so all-purpose flour. I'm not sure if I got all-purpose flour, but I'm pretty sure I definitely do have plain flour, so we're good with that. I've got some sugar, but I don't think I don't think I want to use too much sugar though. I think it said like half a cup of sugar or something, or quarter cup of sugar, but I don't think I want to use much sugar just because like I don't want it too sweet. I don't want it too sweet, so I'll probably use less sugar than they said in the recipe. Just for that. But aside from that, yeah, I got some vanilla. I think we good, man. I think we good. Speaking of cooking though, and baking, and Google Drive. So I actually also have a calendar that I use, and in my calendar, like, I keep a list of things I want to be doing over the year. But some of them involve baking, and I might have to adjust that a little bit actually. But for the 11th of March, Monday the 11th of March, one of the things I plan on baking is the Coca-Cola chocolate cake. So you know I did the 7-Up cake a couple of weeks back, some weeks back. I want to try the Coca-Cola chocolate cake, and that's on the 11th of March. I have to see my calendar. I'm trying to be organized this year. Like, it's one of my goals this year is to be organized and to be, you know, more intentional about setting plans and committing to those plans. So yeah, I have it in my calendar for the 11th of March, which is, I guess, a few weeks from now. Well, actually, no, it's about a month from now. But even still, it's in my calendar. It's in my calendar for the 11th of March to bake the Coca-Cola chocolate cake. And then on the 25th of March, I want to try and attempt a soft milk loaf, which is a Japanese style bread. So yeah, I've got some stuff planned. I bet cinnamon sugar would be nice on pancakes. Is that because I told you I made one? Well, yeah, partly. I mean, it looked nice though, didn't it? It looked nice. And I was really like pleasantly surprised with how nice the 7-Up cake turned out as well. Because when I first heard about it, I was kind of like, that sounds so off. But then I made it, I tried it, and it was nice. And now I'm looking at this chocolate. There's this Coca-Cola chocolate cake, and I'm like, you know what? Let me see what I can do there too. I think the only thing I want to do differently with the cakes and stuff like that is just use less sugar. Like, I feel like that's not the only thing, but that's the main thing I want to do differently when it comes to baking. Just use less sugar. So I'll probably try it with like a sugar-free Coca-Cola, and that, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, that's the plan. Coca-Cola chocolate cake coming soon. Well, about a month from now. I'm gonna try and find the one I made. I want to make it again at some point. Yeah, definitely. Make it again. But next time you make it, just yam it all to yourself. Just don't share it with nobody. Just yam it all to yourself. Take a picture of it and then eat it all to yourself. And then post a picture online and be like, "Oh, today was a good day." And everyone's gonna like, well, where's this cake? Cause like, in my belly. You can have it when it comes out the other side. Yeah, I do want to be cooking more and baking more and stuff like that, because like what I normally do with food, with kitchen stuff, with, you know, being in the kitchen, I mean, there's things that I know how to cook. There's a few things that I know how to cook, but for the most part, I tend to just, I guess it comes in more on the meal prep, where you're not really cooking, you're just kind of putting things together. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like I could air fry like salmon or fish or whatever, and I can do that, and then I can put it on a plate, and maybe I can put some beans, maybe some toast, you know, maybe some eggs or something, and that's not really cooking though. That's just putting it's just putting items of foods together for their nutritional value. But that's a lot of what I do in the kitchen, just kind of just putting stuff together. It's not really cooking. And I kind of feel like I want to be cooking more, like actually cooking, like making things in the kitchen, you know, like actually putting ingredients together and making things, because it's like I said, it's stuff that I know how to do, and dare say some things I can do pretty well, you know. But it's only really a few things, and I feel like I want to know, like I ain't trying to be like a master chef or nothing, but I do feel like I just want to know how to cook, like how to like be experimental in the kitchen, and just, you know, understand what goes with what happens when you do this, and, you know, do all that stuff. So yeah, definitely do want to be doing actual cooking and baking more. So yeah, some of it I'll make videos of. Most of it I probably won't, because most of it's actually, let me tell you something. Actually, this is something that hopefully I'll be able to do a video of soon. But I've been kind of working on a way of making tea that's a little bit different to the traditional ways of making tea, and I haven't quite got it where I want it yet. But I feel like I'm near. You know, I'm near there. Like I'm not. I don't think I'm far off. So it's not quite where I want it yet. I feel like I just need to adjust the proportions a little bit, like the water proportions and stuff like that. But yeah, that's something that I've been working on. Just like a way of making tea that's a little bit different from the traditional way of making tea. I don't know if I'm the first to do it. I'm probably not. I'm sure there's probably plenty of people who've done it before me, but it's still something that I've been doing. Just kind of figuring out where the proportions are, you know, through time, that whole thing. But yeah, look out for that. Hopefully in the next week or two, a video of me talking about making tea. I used to cook and bake a lot. Yeah, that it's trying to get back to that, man. Well, I say I'm trying to get back to that. I want to get. I never really did it a lot, but I want to get to a point where I'm doing it a lot. But certainly, you know, when it comes to just being in the kitchen and Don't get me wrong. Meal prepping is fine. I'm not saying don't do it. Like meal prepping is fine because sometimes you just need to put stuff together, and that's fine to do it. You know, so I'm not necessarily looking to stop meal prepping, but yeah, definitely do want to be cooking more and not just relying too much on throwing things together. And I haven't cooked in a bit with me being poorly. I struggled doing a jacket spud last night because my body was still feeling weak. Oof. Oof. Well, hopefully be back in the kitchen soon. That sounds so bad. I don't mean it that way though. But yeah, hopefully be back in the kitchen soon. So. Here's something interesting about cooking, by the way. You know that old saying, never trust a skinny chef? There's kind of some truth to that, right? Because if somebody is good at what they do, that you know they'd be doing it a lot, and they might be eating their own foods a lot and that kind of thing, and they'd probably put on some weight. But here's the thing about that I've kind of realized in recent weeks and months is that the act of cooking itself, like being in the kitchen, mixing the foods, stirring, being on your feet, you know, moving around the kitchen, walking, picking up stuff, carrying, all this sort of stuff. It's a very physical activity, right? It's a very, and especially like certain foods, especially if you're cooking for like a large family or a medium to large family, you know, certain things can take a while to do. So you could be on your feet for like 2 hours, and you could be just moving around the kitchen, taking stuff, picking stuff up, washing this, cleaning that, mixing this, you know, putting that away, taking it down. It's very physical for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, maybe even more. And you actually burn a lot of calories doing that. So I'm just saying, the whole thing about never trust a skinny chef might not be that accurate. Like, I'm not saying there's no truth to it. I think there is. I just don't think anymore that it's maybe all the way accurate, because like if you're cooking a lot, then you could be burning a lot of calories as well, which is why you might not be as big, or you might be a bit thinner. So I'm just saying. Now that I understand that a bit better, more about cooking, that it actually, the act of cooking itself and baking and things like that actually burns a lot of calories, it makes sense that chefs aren't always big people, because they burn a lot of calories, you know. So yeah, it's fine. That's what Elliot said though. He said he is sick of doing my jobs. I'm sick of doing your jobs. Oh wait, you know, I have Facebook blocks after 10 p.m. So one sec, Dan. I have to turn off my blocker for a moment. I have to put it on pause for a moment. I actually have a social media blocker on my web browsers and on my phone as well. So after 10 p.m., all my social medias are blocked. So I can't actually view that right now. But let me just put a little pause on that, so that I can see what Dan said. Oh, okay. What's that, strawberry cheesecake? Oh, that looks nice. Bruh. That looks nice. But yeah, let me put that back on, so I'm not too tempted to stay on these social media sites too much. Yeah, that looks nice, man. That's something I need to do actually. I need to add that to my list. Doing the cheesecake, because I've never cooked a cheesecake or never baked a cheesecake before. Is it bake a cheesecake, cook a cheese? I don't know. But I've never made a cheesecake before. So yeah, that's something that I need to do. I need to add that to my list. Cheesecakes. I need to make a cheesecake, strawberry cheesecake specifically. Any cheesecake would do, of course, but I want to make a strawberry cheesecake. So yeah, that too. All right. But guys, it's almost 10:30, and I've got a deadline to meet. I got a pancake deadline to meet. Next live stream should be next week, playing The Legend of Zelda, playing some video games. Next week, 8 p.m. GMT. God willing, I'll see you then. In the meantime, I'll try and post a video or two during the week. You guys are following me on social, so anybody who's not, please do. Check out my coffee page. I have a coffee page. Coffee and random spots, or coffee shops and random spots on Instagram. I don't know if there's a link in the description. I probably should put one if there isn't. But yeah, coffee shops and random spots on Instagram. I have other pages, but yeah, that's the new one that I started to detail my coffee and food journeys, mostly coffee, and it might just include some pancakes there too. But guys, you have been awesome as always. I appreciate you and all that you do. Thank you for keeping me company. Thank you for keeping it lively. And until whenever, if ever, peace.